on it.
Oh,
Like it has a
okay.
blank space for it. So,
Huh.
and the YouTube editor freaks me out because I wanted to cut a clip in YouTube. Did the whole time thing. It's for when you got the pen. I want to cut that clip and send it to Ben. Well, I want to post it, but also link it to Ben so you can see it. Um, and every time I go to cut it, it's like, you know that this is gonna like permanently change your video. I was like, no, you gave me an option before to render this as a separate video. So yeah, I just downloaded it. I'll cut the
So,
clip
so
later.
where do you see the suggested clips or whatever?
So if you are, well, we got to start the show.
Okay,
So
we'll
write it
we'll
down
talk
for
about it
after the
after.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's go back to the beginning. All right. I'm going to do this one because I realize I don't think I've hit this button in a while.
This is Wise and Nerdy, where fatherhood meets fandom.
Yo, what happens when Toys R Us kids grow up and become parents? They become co-hosts of the show where geeky fathers unite to share the joys, challenges, and hilarity of navigating parenthood. Because being a grown-up doesn't mean you stop being a fan. It just means your sidekicks call you dad. That's what I call being a professional. I nailed it that time, man. That one felt good. That's the best thing I've done all week, and that tells you how my week's been going. Hey Joe, please make it happier.
Of course, always. It's always a good time to spend with me.
Wow,
Here
that
on
just
Wise and
totally
Nerdy.
killed my vibe. No cap.
Oh man, you okay there? You
Oh,
look-
random kid. Well, when Toys R Us kids grow up to be generic white dude podcasters, I am not white, sir. I'm very ashy. Just so you know. That's not cool, man. I don't know. All right. Question of the week. I don't remember you listing this one out, and I don't know how to answer this one. But what is the question of the week, Joe?
It is, what's a weird talent that you have?
Weird talent. Okay. I kind of understand you sometimes it's like
Or
a party trick
unusual, or
yeah, but
like when I was a
know.
teenager, I was obsessed with being able to toss small bits of food up and catching it in my
okay.
mouth.
Yep. Oh,
And
okay,
so
okay.
I can do that pretty well. I can toss food up 3-4 feet up in the air and pretty reliably catch it in my mouth.
Wow, that's pretty high.
Yeah.
When old Jebby was a baby, did you try that? Throw him up? Because that'd been fun. I freaked myself out. A little side note. We'll get back to the talent show here in a second. I'm always that guy to rough houses with their kids. And at one point, I took Oakland, and I thought I'm gonna throw him as hard as I can, and I did. I threw it as hard, and he went up. I don't know. It's hard to estimate when you're looking up and seeing the terror in their face, right? But it's gonna be like it had to be. I'm 6'7", okay, so it had to be at least another 2-3 feet in the air, which is close to 10 feet up. Like he might have passed the roof level, and his eyes got back, and instantly my genius brain kicks in and starts calculating the gravity versus the force of his weight equals velocity. All that. I'm like, oh, this is no. It was okay. I caught him. We did not crash heads because I also thought about that. I put my head to the side and caught him over here. But I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that one again because that one. It's just like as soon as you let go, you feel the oh crap, this could go really bad really fast. All right, talents. So since you mentioned that, I was very obsessed with the Karate Kid. You know, doing the chopsticks. Can't do that, right? I played that on Nintendo. It's hard enough.
Catch the fly.
However, not with chopsticks. However, I have caught many a fly with my bare hand. Just pop, and snatched them out of the air and then just let them go. Sometimes I smash them on my leg, but that's here and there. It depends on how bad they're bothering me. But then I always thought, can I do something? If I saw on TV, can I do something? And you know, I don't know how you grew up. I mean, I know somehow you grew up, but we haven't talked about this. When I was little, cracking towels, like you take a dish towel, roll it over, pow, and snap somebody. You call it cracking, snapping, all these different things. Child abuse, you know, it depends on how you phrase it. But that was
depends
the thing.
on if you wet the tip or not.
Son, I can knock with a wet tip. I can knock. Wait, don't cut that out. I could knock the dust off of your nose and you'd feel the floor without it hitting you. I just got so obsessed. I had to be the best, right? Nobody's going to crack me better. And so coming back to catching flies with the hands, one night I want, because it was just, it's annoying me, right? And I followed up, I cracked that thing in midair and killed it. I was like, I am a god. But yeah, I was Johnny. Let me think if old Mr. Jonathan Marsh, screw you and your grown-up name, Bago, if he was there for Jeff. There was a time in our friends group, I believe in Tifton, that there was this kid named Jeff, and yes, you could say the meme and it fits him.
Jeff.
No, the other one. The other one. You like, name's Jeff. Yeah. But he was a violent offender, if you will. And he was always trying to. So, yeah, we had to live on the defensive/offensive when that kid was around. Got kicked in the eye, but it's a whole nother story. So, those are some weird talents. What about now? Do your kids have any weird talents?
Well, they called in with some, so let's see what they said.
I tried to get mine to call in, but he didn't.
All right, let's see what Jebby says.
This is from Jebediah. I can do a baby voice like this.
Okay.
No.
And I didn't need any help. Brought to you by Jebediah.
Brought to you by Jebediah. Pronounce it, man. Okay, honestly, that was really good. Like, if I didn't know, I was like, why is that baby crying? Somebody shut that kid up. Why are they in a movie theater anyway? So Bago was there
Jeb.
for Jeff. Yeah. That was good, Jeff. He didn't need any help.
Didn't need any help.
Okay, Jebediah, I know you're watching. When your dad or your mama's not looking, I need you to take their phone and do some more clips without their knowledge. Just hit that record button, send it to us.
He doesn't.
Rock.
He doesn't even need to take it. He recorded that one on his iPad. He went to our website on the iPad and did it himself. So.
Okay, I do believe that is number one son in our chat making a bad dad joke. My wife always complains, which he doesn't have one. Get your own place first, sir. My wife always complains that I have no sense of direction, so I pack my things and write. This is not the bad dad joke section, sir. This is the, thanks for subscribing, like and subscribe, all those jazz. But this is the weird talent. Any other weird talents got called in?
Let's see. Bob has one.
Hi, I'm Bob. And for the question of the week, what is a weird talent that you have? I decided to train myself like a Pokédex because I love Pokemon. For instance, Dex number 67 is Machoke, the one before our beloved Machamp. I don't know every Pokemon's Dex number, but if you showed me a Pokemon, I could probably say its name, unless it's from Sinnoh or Unova, because those are the regions I've had the least experience with. Brought to you by Bob.
I hate to correct you, sir, but those are not the regions you've had the least experience in. I'll let your daddy explain that one. But good memorization skills.
Tyler popped in. He says, I forgot to send in a speak pipe, but my weird talent is that I can tear off the exact amount of aluminum foil or plastic wrap to cover a tray, dish, etc.
That is a weird talent.
It comes from working in kitchens for almost 10 years.
First pull, just rip, and it's almost exact.
Bam.
Interesting. All right.
Let's see. My wife called in her weird talent as well. Let's see what she has to say.
Hello, Wise and Nerdy family. Mrs. _ here. My weird talent is that I can make all of my sons weep in agony at the same time. Listen to this. No electronics tomorrow. I'm in. Have a good night. Bye.
I kind of really hope to hear the agonizing weeps of your children in that one.
Oh yes, it is very accurate. They definitely bellyache quite a bit if they're told they don't have their electronics.
So for your ice days, did y'all go just full electronics for the snow days, whatever it was the last weekend?
Mm, we didn't really have snow days. They're homeschooled.
No, okay.
We took it
I'm
a
not
little bit
asking if they're
lighter.
out of school, sir. You do let them go outside. You do take them into the outside world. I do believe because they know what a Serpy is.
Oh,
so.
we try to banish them to the outside world.
Okay. Okay. Now we're following. But in those couple of days, Saturday, Sunday, even into Monday, it was not really a place to banish them out into the outside world very well. So how did you handle that?
They had their electronics a fair bit. I still had to work, so I was down in the basement, sequestered. One thing that I can do, I don't know if you've ever seen other people do it, how they can shake their eyes super fast. Have you ever seen that?
I have seen it. I've not seen you do it, but I have seen it.
Okay.
Hold on. We got to get this thing set right. Let's see.
Oh. I don't know if it comes through on here or not. I'm just staring at you.
Somebody cut this and make it a meme. Oh my God. Somebody, please.
Oh, man.
How do I get back there? Nope, not that one.
Push all the buttons.
This
There
one.
you go.
There we go. Oh, that's hilarious.
Could you even
it did
see
come
it?
through a little bit. You saw it a little bit, but you
Yeah.
look like a crazy man. Your wife says, "I'm surprised you didn't hear Bob scream from the basement." That was really for the other thing, but I thought it is apropos here.
Oh man, yeah. I was doing that when I was 6 or 7. Figured out I could do that, and I got a lot of enjoyment out of freaking out adults by walking up and saying, "Look at my eyes! Look what I can do!" and doing that. And they're like,
Yeah.
"What?"
But
yeah.
Yeah, it's a thing. Zoe can do this thing with her eye that she can make it kind of look out away from the center line. Every once in a while. So
Yeah, as far as I can tell, it's just like if you try to flex your muscle really hard, your hand kind of shakes. I think it's the same thing, but with my eyes.
6, 7. You did the thing. The kids just screamed 6, 7. All right, let's roll some dice.
Roll that die.
Dang it, Joe.
Dang it, Bobby.
I had our Potteration stuff set up to play before I ran the intro, but then habits, right? We got to build new habits. So I'm going to play one right now as we get into the show. We'll play one at the break and one at the end. But we have joined the Potteration Network, and they're awesome, man. The Hugh's been helping us out a lot. It's been great.
Brought to you by Podderation, podcast for nerds. Ooh, natural 20.
Allegedly. All right, 3 or a 4?
I don't remember the category, so let's go 4.
Parliament of Papas.
Love you, man. You say it great. All right, so you brought this one, so I'll read it out loud for you. Is it okay to skip ahead in a show you're supposed to, Air Bunnies, watch together? Asking for a friend.
So I don't know who put that in there because it wasn't. It wasn't me. But
there's a list of things that came from the internet. So
yeah, it should make for a good discussion anyway. What do you think? Do you think it's okay to skip ahead?
No, not if you're agreeing to watch it together. No, I don't. I can do it with, like, Erin could do it with me because she's so freaking autistic sometimes that it's like she already predicted the end of it. So if she skipped ahead, she's not surprised anyway. So if she didn't say she watched it without me, I probably wouldn't know. Your wife says never cheat on your significant other. Never show cheat on your significant other.
I mean, both of those.
Both of them. Yeah. But it's an adventure. It's an experience together. So, okay, Zoe and I watched Demon Hunter together. I found out she's watching it when I was further ahead of her in season 1, but I waited for her to catch up. And then, or actually I went back and started watching with her where she was 4 or 5 episodes in. So I just dropped back and we watched it together. And then we've watched every single experience of Demon Slayer together. So it would be like if something happened and she couldn't have gone to see it in theaters with me, I would like to say I wouldn't have done it without her. That's really tough, man. I keep seeing some things about it on my TikTok because that's the algorithm I build and I want to see it. I want to watch it again. I want to watch it again so bad.
Yeah. Well, and I think
can't.
if you communicate that you're planning on watching it and have that discussion, and they're okay with it, then it could be all right. Like, for instance, my wife, my wife put in there, never show cheat on your significant other. But when it comes to anime, there's often times where I'll watch it first in Japanese, and then when the English dub comes out, I'll watch it again with her in the English dub.
And that's okay because maybe she doesn't want to wait and watch it in the dub with you, or maybe but if y'all start, okay, let me ask you this. So let's say you started Delicious in Dungeon that way. You watch the Japanese version, then y'all watch the dubbed version together, and then they come out with the season 2. Is it still okay for you to watch it in Japanese and then watch it again, even though y'all now made this a thing to watch together?
I did that with My Hero Academia. So
Oh, you look way too proud of that. I don't know. I think like spiking the ball. Yeah, I told my wife, woman, I'm gonna watch My Hero Academia if I want to.
so I finished My Hero Academia. It's done, but my wife is a couple of seasons behind. We're just barely. This past week we started the second to last season, and we'll finish it together. But yeah, I finished it. I admit I finished it without her, and so I know what's coming up. But it's still fun watching it with her and seeing her reaction to it and everything. I hope it's as fun for her.
It's one thing. Like if I discovered a show, because there's definitely been times in my life where I was just consuming media. So I'm doing 10-hour days at the home office, reading things on the screen and just giving reports. So on the other screen, to keep me sane, was something always going. So I've burned through a lot of media that my wife, I may never have told my wife about, just wasn't even thinking if she might like it or not. Sometimes I found stuff, blah, blah. But so now if she finds it and I've seen it, we'll watch it together. But if we start something together, unless one of us goes, yeah, that's not for me, you can finish it. Nah, man. I don't know about you boys up in Tennessee, but we don't do that around here in Atlanta. Way down yonder in the pawpaw patch. I don't know why he put that in there, but I'll take it.
Well, on the flip side, though, I think I'm going to wait to watch Frieren season 2 until the dub comes out and watch that with Kelsey. So it'll be watching it the first go around. And she's weighing in here. She says, it is still fun. I just don't have the attention span to watch a dubbed show all of the time. So she's a lot more understanding with anime because the sub comes out first.
But he can wait for you. Is all I'm saying.
I mean, I could.
Okay, so Joe, if we started watching, we're all caught up on Kaiju number 8 or whatever. I forget. I honestly forget the numbers.
It is Kaiju number 8.
Okay, I was like 9, 7. Let's just go right in the middle. Go 8. I don't know. But let's say for this show, we say we're gonna watch season. Is it 3 that's gonna come out next or 4?
3.
3. Okay, so only 2 seasons out. We're gonna watch season 3 but I don't want to watch the subbed. Would you wait on me, or would you secretly stab me in the back, ruining all relationship that we ever had together, and watch it subbed, knowing that I'm not going to watch it subbed?
You and I don't watch hardly anything
I'm
together.
saying
in the hypothetical situation, I would try my hardest to resist the temptation.
Well, okay. If Kelsey can give you an open marriage, I guess I can too.
Whoa,
she says, I know he's
whoa.
impatient. We have an anime understanding. So you have an open anime marriage there.
Only when it comes to anime. That's the only.
You're so afraid. You're so afraid that the millions of women watching this right now are going to come beating down the door because we're so popular and sexy. Because we're the sexiest dads on the internet.
I have all pass for anime.
So Akaza comes knocking on your door. You're okay.
Oh no,
Mr. Rengoku.
No.
Oh my lord. All right, so people aren't really weighing in too much on our chat, but I personally, so for me it's an experience. So if I find a moment in the show that I'm excited about, I don't want to have to go watch it because it changes. I just live if I'm paying attention, I live in those moments, right? And so the moment changes the second time. You'll never have that first time. So I very much want to say, watch it together kind of thing. So that's my that's my answer to it, Devo. Just saying.
And Charles Devo says you're just totally inappropriate, but that's kind of on brand for you.
I mean, if it's on brand for me, is it inappropriate or is it expectedly appropriate for me? Yeah. Let's roll some
Expected
dice.
inappropriateness. All right. Well, we just did 3, so 4 it is.
Parliament of
No, wait. We just did
Papas.
4. Just kidding. Just kidding. Number 3 it is.
How
3,
do
4.
I?
3, 4. Oh,
Oh
no.
my God.
You brought this one.
Technically, I did paste it in, but this one came from the internet, the World Wide Webs for the boomers out there. How do I help my kid with homework when I barely remember the material? Now, Joe, you're a little bit younger than me. You're closer to the material your oldest is going through, and you have a teacher for a wife, I believe.
Yes.
But taking that aside, for dads out there, and this is for the full run through, he's going to be getting in there soon. How do you help your kid with the homework if you barely remember the material?
Google is your friend.
It is indeed.
Well, especially when it comes to specific terms, that's where I have to look it up the most. Like when they're doing their language arts homework and they're like, identify the preposition and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, which part is specifically the preposition of a sentence? And I look at it, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I can help them. And so looking up the different definitions goes a long way. For a lot of people, math does not come easily. It comes quite easy to me. And so with that, my wife always defers to me whenever there's yeah, that's true. My wife defers to me whenever there's a problem. If she's having issues remembering, she just comes straight to me instead of to Google. At least as far as I know. Maybe she just says that to puff up my ego. Maybe she actually just goes. She's going behind my back and going to Google. She's cheating on me with Google. But you
can't control her all the time, man. You gotta let her have some freedom. Women these days get the right to vote and leave the house. I'm just saying. She can Google it.
Leaving the house is overrated.
Yeah, well, that's just us adulting in this age. But yes, golly.
But yeah, no, Googling comes in handy, especially so mine are still relatively young. My oldest is 13. Now when they're getting older, and especially for those that struggle with math, when they get into algebra and pre-cal and anything like that, yeah, and especially if they start getting into pre-calculus and stuff, I'll definitely have to look up how different equations are worked through and things like that. But to be honest, you just got to reteach yourself, even if it's only reteaching that yourself long enough to teach them.
Yeah, I'm quite good with math as well. And I'm also a very good problem solver. So if it's something even like, there was one where my younger kids, their specific version of homeschool at the time was like, okay, you got to write this thing. And it wouldn't let them submit it. It's like, well, it says right here, you have to include blah, 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 whatever the prompt was, something. So type that in and then write a sentence, and that was it. So solve the problem without having to know material. But yeah, with the math, John took mine, Chat GPT, because you can actually take pictures of the screen in Chat GPT and just submit it, and it'll read whatever's on the screen and give you the breakdown and all of it. And I used that recently.
Assuming that it's accurate, because ChatGPT.
Well, that's where all right, hater. All right, that's where you still have to use your brain as a dad. And so does this math make sense?
Yeah, because AI tools are very powerful, but there's prevalent examples where they can't do basic things like counting the number of R's in strawberry. Now, I'm assuming since that's been popped up enough that it's fixed now. Hopefully,
Probably.
I haven't checked, but for the longest time, ChatGPT, it'd go to fisticuffs over the fact that it thinks there's only 2 R's in strawberry. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what we're worried about with homework is how many R's are in strawberry. But also, you can go look up Khan Academy is a good one. YouTube is a great one for videos. I like when people work it out. That's all I need sometimes is, okay, refresh me on the path. Oh yeah, it's this. Boom. And then I turn around and I teach. And lately, so Zoe had some issues with her school. Well, she had the issue of just flipping through, not paying attention. And so I had to sit her down and try to go back and retake as many tests as we could to help get her grade back up. And so as I'm going through it, there's certain things I just didn't remember the process. I didn't want to. Also, I'm paranoid. I'm going to tell you wrong, like I remember something, but maybe it was for a different process. And so I like to check myself. And ChatGPT was very helpful in pulling it up because it said, here's the break, here's how we got there, here's why you got there. As long as you show me a formula I can replicate, that's science, right? We're going to test the math. And as long as it works out right and like, okay, that's the answer, then I can take that process. And that's all, personally, that's all I'm looking for is refresh me in the process. Now, what about those of you who weren't strong in school and your kid needs some help, right? That's where not just Google, not just ChatGPT, but really going to those videos on
YouTube lessons.
Khan Academy, KAHN is Khan Academy. I'm guessing it's still out there. I'm hoping it's still out there because I think Bank of America bought it a long time ago. I was like, I don't know about that.
Well, and part of the issue is some things are not taught the same as when you and I were younger. Like I think they're finally going away from Common Core math, but for a while there, everything was Common Core math.
I loved Common Core. There's one thing I hated about it, but I've talked about that. So
Common Core, I don't have a problem with Common Core in and of itself. I have a problem with people being forced to do Common Core.
That's the issue. Yes.
It doesn't, it works for some people and it doesn't work for others. And
well, I like to get a little nitty gritty on that one because people love to hate on Common Core, and I think you're onto the right thing. But Common Core, in a nutshell, is it's going to give you 10 different ways to solve that problem. But the problem, so with Oakland, who's here, it came up during his age, right? And I was like, oh, cool. This first chapter, he really struggled. Whatever chapter, he really struggled with it, and we got to the next one, and that's when I discovered, oh, well, this is stupid. Why are you making me pass like almost like final exams on each chapter when you're going to another way to teach me how to solve it? And like the third one in, he got it. So I was like, okay, here's what we're going to do for the next. You know how to solve these problems now. That Common Core, that vibe, that got you there. And so that's why I love Common Core. So, because I think that way. I think in 5 different ways to solve a problem, which one works the best for me in this situation. And Common Core is basically that. But when it was trying to force him into, okay, here's the other way you have to do it, and it's just not working for him, that's the problem. So sorry, that's where I got nitty gritty. It's like, it's not that they show you different ways. It's that once you found the way, it should almost be it should almost be like a skill tree on an RPG game. Right? It's like, oh, okay, I was going to go up the wisdom path. That's not working for me. Let me kind of backtrack, go up the leadership path. Okay, that one's clicking for my play style. We need to reinvent school and just RPG it all, man, with Skyrim and all Minecraft, Skyrim, Pokemon. We got your math, we got your constructive thinking, and we've got life choices. That's Skyrim.
Well, and at least when I was growing up, that's what they did with us for math is they would teach us multiple ways to solve the problem, and then they left it up to us to decide which way we wanted to do it.
Oh, you had a different experience than I did. I got you.
Okay, but that's how I was taught through for math is okay. You can solve it like this. You can solve it like this,
and that's all I ask for any teacher to do is teach it. How does it work for that kid's brain?
Yep.
Now, granted, when we came, well, I'll speak for myself. When I came up, it was max like 20 kids in a classroom. You know, usually 15 or so. Now, ultimately, I didn't think Ryland used your tag name, sir, but that's okay. He says Sticky Cheesecake says actually it's your favorite son.
Allegedly.
Is my favorite grown ass son. How about that? He does well for himself now that he's managing his own life, and that's cool. Um, but yeah, when I came up, it was very much this is how you do math, and if you struggled, you struggled. And then even doing homeschool was the same thing. You'd order a textbook, and my mom loved the Bob Jones textbooks, and well, as a Becca first, and then Bob Jones later. But basically, whoever wrote that book, that was their style, and you were taught their style. And I had to figure out basically Common Core on my own because I had to figure out screw this noise. If I don't pass these tests, my mom's breathing down my neck. She will literally paddle me if I'm not passing. I'm talking about like middle school, into junior high type of deal. But her thing was I had to show my work. So I had to figure out how to make the problem work for me. And one day I actually tried to show her, here's how I did it. Do, 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 and she couldn't get it. So I had to then go back and reconstruct it and what I would call a norming method of however she was taught I think she's born in the 60s, mid to late 60s maybe. So, coming up through the 70s, how they were taught then. Well, if I was born in 77, she's probably born in late 50s, whatever. But you know what I'm saying? They were taught this is math. And so I had to rebuild the whole structure. And I'm thinking like long division or something where it's just layers on layers of things. And I had to go back, even though I solved it in like 30 seconds my way, I had to take the minute and a half to write it out her way so she could then go, okay, you didn't cheat.
Well, and then when
I'm just a genius, heifer.
When you get into high school and you cover proofs, they were so tedious, but had to do what you got to do. So, did you ever do proofs? You looked confused.
No. I had to think about what it was. No, I did not. I did see Douglas, one of my friends who was going to aeronautical school, had an advanced physics class where he had to do one proof, and he had to have a special software program to do it in, and it was like 10 pages. The proof was. It's crazy. So explain what a proof is.
Yeah, so a proof is, it's not just showing your work, but it's also you have to whenever you're using an established formula, you also have to state that you are using that formula and stuff like that. It depends on your teacher, but it's basically showing your work on steroids.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. I described doing long division, and it would have 5 steps or whatever, and I had to write them all out, blah, blah. A proof is, that on steroids. It is, I can't describe it. No, I've never had to do it, but it was cool to watch him work. It took him a good hour and a half of just me over his shoulder, just watching as he's trying to do this stuff in the software. And I didn't understand all. I understood part of it, but it's advanced physics. I have no idea. So I didn't understand all of it. But it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And you're using wavy lines. Okay, guys, you ever watch like A Beautiful Mind or any kind of sciencey movie where it's a blackboard and there's a huge problem up there? That's a proof.
Yeah, basically.
In a nutshell, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. Most of the proofs that I did in high school were for my trigonometry class. And so you had to use all kinds of specialty rules for angle equivalencies and things like that in order to solve equations and whatnot. It was. I'd have to look at, like, if my boys get into that point, I would definitely have to re-look up a lot of the different formulas and rules in order to do proofs again.
Yeah. But what's fun for me as a dad was with all 4 of my kids, I have always been right with the math. It's like every time, unfortunately, because my kids are smart. So I say unfortunately, because I would love to experience like, oh, you're not getting it. Let me show you this. Oh, you get it in those magic moments. That's rare. My kids typically get it. It's usually an attitudinal
moment.
Yeah, it's usually more like Morty over there in your house of this moodiness. Like, I'm just going to resist. And it's like it's not that you don't get the math, man. It's that you don't want to get the math, and that's what I can teach you math all day long. Making you want it is a whole different ball game.
Yep.
But I will say none of my kids ever came to the table with, I'll never use this in life. Not ever. They just, mostly because I'm always telling stories and lecturing while I'm doing this stuff. So I was like, here's the deal. You never know what you're going to need. So they all just approach it. And Crosby kind of got frustrated with, she had advanced biochemistry or something, and she got frustrated with that. I was like, you picked it. The life lesson is not that you'll ever use biochemistry and what you want to do. Life lesson is be careful what you pick the path on, because you got to finish mostly what you started. So.
Yeah, there was I read a story about a guy who was ordering a pizza from a place, and they didn't have the size that he wanted. I guess they had pre-made pizza dough or something, and so he had ordered like a 16-inch, and they're like, oh, we don't have that. How about we give you 2 10-inches or something, and that's more than what you had. And he's like, no, do you know how area works? Two 10-inches is a smaller area than one 16-inch, and he showed him the math and everything, and I could be wrong on the specific numbers, but it was something like that, to where they were like, oh, you're getting more with this deal, and he's like, no, I'm not.
But if you took that pre-made dough and mashed it up, you'd have enough dough to push out to 16 inches. It might be a little bit thinner than it should have been, but yeah, it's just dough, man. It's just dough.
Oh man, now I'm curious what the actual math was on that, but it was something like that.
Okay, so to the point of not wanting to get it, to the dads out there who are listening to this question, the question is, of course, how do I help my kid with their homework when I don't remember the material myself or barely got it the first time, whatever? You got to want to. You've got to want to find a solution and help the kid and listen to the kid, because it might not be the frustration with the math or the science or the writing or whatever. It might be something else going on, and that's where you have to listen and figure that out. And there are so many tools out there to help. And I'm telling you, just giving the kid the answer, that's the worst thing you could ever do. I know somebody in my life, that's how he raised his kids. Every time they asked him for help with a problem, he'd just come, oh, so it's 42, and leave. It's like, that's not help.
Charles loves 42.
I love 42. That's what that was the first number that came to my mind. But it's still not helpful for every. Yeah.
I don't know if I ever told you this, but my dad's race car number was 42. Just FYI.
You did not tell me that. I am your father. You're welcome.
Now it had nothing to do with Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It was actually because his favorite race car driver was Jeff Gordon, who is the number 24. So he flipped the numbers around and made it 42.
All right. That tracks. Devo says, my kids have never said they'll never use this because they have seen me use so much of what they learn. Yeah. And I also try to teach my kids along the way. And this is a helpful tip. Like, if you don't get the material, you're frustrated too. You just got to tell the kids sometimes the lesson is not, you're going to deal with this later in life. The lesson is not that you're going to use it. The lesson is sometimes you have to jump through other people's BS to get to where you want to be. And you have to make it through school, at least to drop out age. That's the legal thing. I could have different stances on it. You have different, but at least legally to drop out age, you have to progress through school. So sometimes you just got to figure it out. So sometimes just helping them with the tools, and you don't let ChatGPT write anything for you. It is great at answering some questions, as in if you wrote a paper, you say, is this grammatically correct by the Oxford English rules or whatever, depending on who's writing the paper, right? Or in high school, they say you got to write it certain ways. Does this fit that? Does this have the references per this style, blah, blah. And it'll answer that for you. You don't have to know that stuff. I don't know any of that stuff. I barely did freshman grammar in college. And that's the only reason I remember some grammar, because that dude, when he loved it, which helps, but also he beat it into you, which helped. So I know a little bit of grammar, but anytime somebody says Oxford English comma or whatever, I got to look that stuff up. I have no idea. And on this note, we're going to do these two, then we'll roll some dice. I know we read that one. Random Kid says a 16-inch pizza is 804 square inches. A 10-inch pizza is 314 square inches. So 2 would be 628 square inches. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the numbers I put out actually did work.
However, my ignorant argument back is but you get more toppings by having 2 pizzas, and you get 16 slices instead of 8. All right, man. Roll some dice.
It's the wrong kind of math. All right, let's go ahead and do number 5.
Time for a commercial break.
All right, I want to hit this one because I haven't hit this in a while.
Let's get paid.
Let's get paid.
And I did do some updates, as you can tell with the buttons. So we're gonna hit this one. Oh, a little loud. See.
No, I can barely hear it.
How about now?
It's good. It's
Okay.
good. It's gonna put me to sleep, but it's good.
Yeah, well, sometimes you need a little lo-fi in your life. And sometimes the daddy-os are loud. And right now, I've been in a very lo-fi point in my life. So I just want to do a little dad meditation, right? We're gonna, and then you're gonna hear a commercial break come in, and then we're gonna do our commercials. So, all right, you ready, Joe?
Yeah.
Some
I'm
dad
ready.
meditations here. You're gonna breathe in, and you're gonna bring out F them kids. Gonna breathe in, breathe out. My wife's okay sometimes. Then we're gonna do it one time. Breathe in. Don't hold it like you're blowing a balloon, man. You gotta breathe in healthy, all right? I heard that. No gulping here. Breathe in.
I'm not gonna kill my boss this week.
No negatives. You gotta breathe out. I'm doing okay as a dad because nobody told me how this is gonna be. All right. Now you might hear a commercial break from Potteration. All right, there's a fade back in. All right, let's do it right. Live fade back in from. All right. Hopefully that's a really good commercial break for you guys. It was for us too. But if you really like to connect with us directly, it is wiseandnerdy.com/allowance. We would love for you to share your allowance, your milk money, your dad tax, even, if you will, with us. That will help support the show. That is our Patreon page. And we've got 2 levels. We've got the Embrace the Underscore level at, no, Filthy Casual.
You
No,
see,
what is mine?
It's because the dads need money when they go out for milk so that they come back.
All right, well, there's that. So we got 2 levels for you there. You could definitely line up plans. We need to rebuild that site next. We're working on it. And then, of course, we would love to hear from you. So that's wiseandnerdy.com/calldad and get your voice heard on the show. I would love to have Sticky Cheesecake call in. He does this 1940s radio voice thing that's really good. And he can answer some of the questions of the week. Which show, where would they find the upcoming questions of the week?
At wiseandnerdy.com/calldad.
Could you describe that more? Could you give me the proof? Can you give me the proof on that, sir?
The question of the week for February 19th is, what is your favorite cult classic movie?
I already know mine. But yeah, tonight's a little lo-fi, downy jazz, but you know what? I needed that. And I'll tell you, I don't know who introduced me to lo-fi music. I don't listen to it very often, but the other day I was driving in the ambulance so long that I got tired of my playlist. I got tired of the hype list. I don't like Apple Radio because it works like real radio. There's no skipping, no pausing. I know Spotify wasn't real radio. It's more like a shuffle, but still. So I got a wild hair and I looked up lo-fi music. It did the trick. It was just nice. Like here, I'm putting it back up here. It's nice, just kind of in the background. I stayed awake because it changed enough on everything. And I just wasn't irritated anymore. So, no, but that is close. So, Random Kid says his prediction for next week's question is The Big Lebowski for me. But, all right, Joe.
Well, not next week's, but the future question, yes.
No, I thought, oh, wait, right. We are doing like 3 weeks ahead. My bad.
Yep.
So, yeah, that one. So, very cool that we got these from Diva, this music, and there's some other stuff there that really helped me get in the mood. I gotta tell you, it's tough. It is tough. I have the tools at hand, and like today, I was telling Joe on the Patreon, we told some stories and shared some live news in the pre-recording here tonight. But it's like it just was kind of crappy to work. But when I came out here, well, one, I did my new. Oh, hey, here's a new plug. I have a newsletter. It is sendfox.com/RGOP42. It was /bear crawling, but I did figure out how to change that today. I wrote
Can they
my.
find that on your link tree?
They can find that on my link tree, linktr.ee/RGOP42. I only did the second newsletter. I've done it monthly, so I started in December. This is January's. And as I was writing it out, it made me feel better, made me feel more creative. And then finding music and figuring out how to get that stuff onto my board tonight made me feel more creative. So I'm really going to try to push myself and when I'm doing the editing and stuff to find a way to get creative. You know, Bob Magoo, our friend Bob Magoo, talks about when he needs to write, he has a certain candle he lights, has a certain scent. I don't remember if he told us what it is. I don't remember.
He puts on the same music. It was some kind of obscure death metal. I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
But it was some kind of death. It was some kind of foreign death metal that he puts on.
Yeah, but whatever it does, it gets him in that mindset to write. I'm going to need to find that because I was like, as I was getting ready for this show, I felt myself going, I want to skip the show because now I'm in the mood to edit the website and rebuild the thing and make some music or whatever, you know.
Well, you know, we were talking about school earlier. I actually had several teachers say to me that if you want help retaining memory, and I have no idea if this is true or not, but what they said is chew the flavor of gum while you're studying, and then chew that same flavor of gum during the test.
Yeah, that works. It's the different parts of your brain, sensory, attraction, and connections, and yeah.
So yeah, because there's times when I hear different music coming on, and I'll remember when that music was first popular on the radio, and it kind of snaps me back into that time of life and things like that. So I could definitely see it being plausible that would work. So
yeah.
But yeah, as far as myself, because you promoted, I've started putting out episodes of me playing Hightail.
Yeah, you did.
And so if you go to linktree/Joseph_R, there is a link to my Assorted Geekdom YouTube channel there. And I've got 2 episodes out so far. My goal is to aim for roughly a weekly cadence on that, and it's been a ton of fun. It's still in early access, but the game has a lot of potential.
Yeah, I think that's really awesome. And Dead Baby Turtle sent me, after he heard the last episode where you talked about the first episode you talked about Hightail, sent a video. So I'm assuming he's playing as well, because the video, I forwarded it to you just because I knew you'd like it. But it seemed like a very, this is how I remember first playing Minecraft, and just the same feelings and all that. One last promotion in our commercial break. And that's going to be for our link tree, linktr.ee/wise_n_nerdy. And you can find my link tree, his link tree, everybody, plus Dragon. I mean, it's all looped there. And you can find the shows and the clips. Man, we got a lot of clips. I think it's pointed out we have like 711 clips or something like that.
I think we're up to like 720 or something.
Okay, now I need to start deleting them. It always has to be 711, man. We reached it. We need to. I'll delete the old ones. It'll be fine. Cool stuff. All right, we got the question of the week. Is there anything else we need to talk about before we roll some dice?
I don't think so.
All right, we are going to be. Go ahead. We're going to be at Conuga, February 20th through 22nd. So coming up in a few weeks, you can find us live there. It's in Chattanooga, Tennessee, at the Convention Center.
Yep. All right, we rolled double sixes.
Dad jokes are like Mojo Jojo. They're bad.
And Bob called in a bad dad joke. So
all right.
We'll see how his delivery is.
Hi, I'm Bob. And for the bad dad joke section, here are some bad dad jokes, except they're bad Bob jokes. Why do crabs never give to charity? Because they're shellfish.
Okay.
Why can't you tell a Taco Bell secret? Because they might spill the beans. Why do dads take an extra pair of socks when they go play golf? In case they get a hole in one. Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything.
Bob, go
Why
to
should
bed.
you never write with a broken pencil? Because
How many
it's
are there?
pointless. What is brownie?
Oh my God.
A stick? Those are some bad dad jokes.
Those are a lot
Bad Bob jokes.
of bad Bob jokes.
See you next week for some more Groans with Charles.
Oh, no. Joseph underscore Ard. Did you teach him Groans with Charles?
He came up with that all on his
No.
own. I didn't even know it was there.
Oh. All right, Bob. Do okay. That was solid. That title on your own segment. That is solid work, sir. That is on point. 3. Limit it to 3 bad Bob jokes. And then your wrap up at the end. Oh my gosh.
We might have to rename the segment from Bad Dad Jokes to Groans with Charles.
Yeah. Devo's giving him a digital high five. I mean, the kid's got some potential. I'm not gonna lie. Just because you gave him a crappy white boy name like Bob doesn't mean he can't. Dude, what's Bob's middle name? Danger? Cool.
Bob
Danger Ard is gonna be an amazing actor / comedian at some point. So that's good creative work, sir. And then here's the thing: you're gonna possibly listen back to this in the future. And by possibly, I mean when you graduate high school, I'm gonna have them play it on the big loudspeakers, okay? Because we're gonna rent out a stadium, even though you're homeschooled. We're gonna make this a production anyway. Know that's how we all work. You test stuff out, you try out ideas, and you pull out the gems. And Grows with Charles coming up with that was on point, man. I hate you a little bit more, but that was absolutely on point. So.
Oh man. I think he took away the segment. I think we just gotta move on to the next one.
All right, good. Jebby, I need you to take his tablet charger and hide it.
All right. We were looking for a 1 or a 2, and we got a 1.
What are you nerding out about?
All right, this is the point of the evening where we try to guess what Joe is talking about. This one is actually, this is the point of the night where we talk about what we love. So we'd love for you to call in. What are you nerding about? What's getting you excited? Devo has shared woodworking stuff with us. Bean has shared what is it called? Blacksmithing. Some blacksmithing moments with us. It's whatever gets you happy in life. And a lot of times it comes down to things that we're watching or playing. Sometimes for me it's life education, things I'm learning. But Joe's is tonight is anime, and we love to play the game. What the heck are you talking about, Joe? And I'm gonna guess what this anime is about. This is straight off the screen. Easygoing territory defense by the optimistic Lord.
Yep.
Easygoing territory defense by the optimistic Lord. This is absolutely a dark comedy where they are sacrificing children to the defense of the territory, but it's easygoing because the optimistic Lord just knows people are going to keep making more kids. And then there's some kind of a bear principle involved. And I don't know, snorks. There we go. That's what it's about.
Snorks. It's about snorks. So what it's actually about is a person is reincarnated into a fantasy world. I'm a sucker for isekai. And he is lauded as a prodigy. He's got a bit of a mental advantage having experiences from his past life and whatnot, but he's lauded as a prodigy. He has talents for politics. He has talents with the sword, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But he comes of age where he goes to a ceremony to determine what type of magic he has. And his dad has elemental magic. His brothers have elemental magic. Like everyone in his family has elemental magic. So it's expected that he'll have elemental magic. And he's so much of a prodigy that his dad is planning on making him the heir even though he's the youngest. So jumping ranks ahead of his brothers and whatnot.
Like
But
Bob's doing to Mordecai,
yeah.
whatever his name, Mally.
And come to find out, he does not have elemental magic. He has production magic. So
Like
he
me.
and so he's able to take raw materials and kind of almost Full Metal Alchemist them into something else. And so
Okay.
because it is not
Ooh, let the dogs out.
but because it is considered a weak magic, the dad initially wants to just execute him. And one of his older brothers convinces the dad, hey, why don't you send him to this remote territory where, yes?
So this is Joseph in the coat of many colors and anime form with magic.
Well, the brother doesn't want him executed. The brother saves him.
I mean, you got to change it a little bit, put it on the screen. I'm just...
I mean,
all right, so yeah, so let's banish him. Let's banish. All right.
Yeah, so he's like, hey, we just got this territory from the neighboring country. It is completely underdeveloped. It is next to a mountain range that's full of monsters that are super powerful, and so no one wants to go there. It's kind of a dumpy, out of the way place. And
So they're still going to get him killed, it sounds like.
So the dad says, fine, banishes him to this backwater village, and so he shows up there, but because he's been lauded as a prodigy, he's beloved by those that have taught him along the way. So the captain of the guard comes with him because he's been his sword teacher. His butler joins him because he's been teaching him politics. His personal maid joins him, and several other people, high profile people, end up joining him against the orders of the dad and things like that. But they get to the town and it's besieged by bandits. So immediately they have to fight and save the day and whatnot. And so they end up doing that. And he tries to use his production magic for the first real time. He did a tiny bit of tests in the carriage along the way, but he starts messing around and he just creates a mansion inside the town.
Okay.
And so come to find out, we haven't learned the reason for it, and I suspect we won't, because that's how isekai goes. People are just overpowered just because. But he has a much larger mana reservoir than like anybody else. So production magic, the reason why it sucks is because people don't have the mana capacity to use it to its full potential. Combine that with the fact that he has knowledge from his previous life, and so he's able to visualize things that aren't as that are better, higher quality than what is existing in this world. And so he's able to use this production magic way more efficiently than anyone before has. And so it's not a chill anime in the fact that there's no fighting, but it's chill in the fact that the stakes are really small, effectively, because
Okay.
he's just overpowering everything with his production magic, and it's a nice chill power fantasy anime that I'm enjoying.
So he's a Rockefeller in the 1920s. I got you.
But like, no, to give an example of how ridiculous his production magic is he takes wood and turns it into a sword, and the sword is so sharp it can cut through like this premium shield without even really trying. And so that, just to give you an expectation for just how ridiculously unreal, I mean, it's magic and everything, so real being relative, but within the realm of what you would expect from a fantasy franchise or a fantasy adaptation or whatever, it is even more ridiculous. It's just completely blown out of proportion and things like that. But it's okay. It's all right. When life is crazy, anime delivers with a power fantasy that just everything goes right.
Yeah. Um, I think what I love so much about Demon Slayer is not everything goes right. You know,
Yeah.
there's still hope. There's still but there's always a real threat in it. It's so
Yeah.
good that way. But
Well,
yeah, Shield Hero, everything
yeah.
ends up right for him. Shangri-La, everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and there's definitely times when I enjoy stuff where plot armor is pretty thin if it's there at all. And then there's other
Sure.
times where I like my plot armor having, a howitzer, just crazy, full on tank plot armor that you're not getting through
Don't
with
you
your
touch my
bows and
Zenitsu.
arrows.
That's my special boy. Don't you touch my Zenitsu.
My mom said I'm special.
I'm in danger. All right.
But
So
you say you're nerding out about snow days.
yeah, in today's political climate, I didn't want to call it what it really was in Georgia, which is ice days. But it was cold weather
Fl-
with water
Flurry
on the
days,
ground. Yeah. So
sleet days.
here's what I just truly loved about it. So I do like my Sunday morning gig a lot, and I do miss when it's not there, and I don't get paid if it's not there. But every once in a while, we have weather where it gets canceled, and I didn't have anything to do on Monday. And then actually, I got a little sick on Tuesday, so I ended up canceling my plans. So because I worked all day Friday, like into the late night Friday, got home,